The Wheel of Return, Consciousness, Power, and the Future of the Dalai Lama by Laing Matthews, author. What happens when a man dies and comes back? For 6 centuries, the Dalai Lama lineage has attempted something no monarchy, church, or ideology has ever achieved: the deliberate return of awakened mind. When one body dies, another is born, not by chance, but by choice. This is the tulku system, a spiritual technology designed to defeat time, weave continuity through impermanence, and make wisdom itself immortal. But now that system stands on the edge of its greatest test. The 14th Dalai Lama is in his final decades, and the question of who or what comes next will shape the future of Tibet, China, and global religion itself. Will Beijing name its own Dalai Lama under state decree? Will the Tibetan exile community enthrone a rival child in secret? Will there be 2 claimants, or none at all, because the current Dalai Lama chooses to end the lineage? The Wheel of Return is the first book to tell this story in full depth, not as myth or politics alone, but as the intersection of metaphysics, power, and practice. Blending Buddhist philosophy, tantric science, historical narrative, and geopolitical analysis, Laing Matthews reveals a system far more sophisticated than most imagine. Here, reincarnation is not blind fate, but cultivated skill, the shaping of consciousness beyond death through meditation, vow, and intention. Inside these pages you will discover how the Bodhisattva vow transformed rebirth from karmic accident into a conscious mission. Explore the hidden yogic technologies, Phawa, Bardo Yoga, subtle body training, that make deliberate return possible. Trace the historical struggle between empires and enlightenment, from the Qing dynasty's golden urn to China's modern attempts to legislate reincarnation. Witness extraordinary cases of planned rebirth, from prediction letters and documented memories to strategic decisions by the Dalai Lama himself. Reimagine rebirth not just as a monastic ritual, but as a universal human capacity, a choice that can shape how we live, die, and return. More than a history, the Wheel of Return is a mirror held up to our species' deepest questions. What if consciousness is more than biology? What if intention can outlive identity? What if love, once set in motion, never stops at the grave? Written with lyrical precision and philosophical depth, this book speaks to seekers, scholars, and citizens alike. Anyone who senses that death might not be the end, and that our greatest work may unfold across more than one lifetime. Whether you come for the history, the politics, or the practice, the Wheel of Return will leave you with a larger vision of what it means to be human, and an invitation to ask the most radical question of all. If compassion can return, lifetime after lifetime, why shouldn't we?